Welcome back to my channel. Today I have stumbled upon a hidden treasure lying forgotten in this abandoned garden. It is a vintage Toyota that has suffered from severe rust and has been completely overtaken by wild grass after many years of neglect. To extract this car from the muddy ground and transport it to my workshop, I must rely on the help of a tractor. The muddy terrain combined with the degraded condition of the wheels has made the recovery process very difficult and challenging. Finally, the car has been brought to the staging area safely. When we observe it closely from a short distance, we can see that the car frame has completely rotted away and the old paint is peeling off in large patches like fish scales. The first task in the restoration process is removing the trunk lid and clearing out all the debris and dry branches that were resting inside the car. Next, I proceed to remove the seats from the vehicle. I use a vacuum cleaner and my own hands to clear away the layer of dry leaves and various types of trash that have stayed on the floor for decades. The process of disassembling the front components also begins urgently, starting from the hood hinges to the metal frame that supports the radiator. I use a specialized lift to raise the car high off the ground. Then I remove the wheels to check the detailed condition of the chassis and the suspension system, which have been heavily rusted. Components such as the headlights, the front bumper, and the radiator are removed one by one to create an empty space in front of the engine compartment for the upcoming engine removal. Every electrical wiring system, the fuel lines, and the coolant hoses are meticulously disconnected. I also proceed to remove the old battery, which is completely damaged and no longer usable. Now is the most important moment of this stage. I use a specialized crane to lift the entire engine and transmission assembly out of the engine compartment of the vehicle. After taking the engine out, I perform a rough cleaning of the empty engine bay to prepare the foundation for the next steps of restoration and renewal. For the exterior bodywork, I must use a chisel and a hammer to patiently peel away the old paint and the thick layers of rust that are clinging tightly to the surface of the car. Afterward, I use a hand grinder to polish the entire car body. Each layer of shiny, original metal gradually appears under my meticulous work, creating a very satisfying and interesting change in appearance. I perform a final inspection of the entire metal surface after grinding to ensure that there are no remaining rust spots or impurities left on the car body. To completely clean away grease and stubborn dirt, I spray specialized cleaning foam to cover the entire engine bay of the vehicle. Next, I use a high-pressure car washer to spray away the foam along with all the dirt that has accumulated over the years, returning a clean and bright look to every smallest corner. The dashboard area and the interior plastic parts are also cleaned thoroughly with deep cleaning foam to remove the yellow stains that have built up over time. Finally, I perform a general cleaning of both the exterior and the interior using water combined with specialized cleaning chemicals. The car is now completely clean, escaping its initial shabby appearance and ready for the important restoration stages ahead. I am now beginning the surface preparation by mixing the body filler. It is important to achieve the correct ratio of filler and hardener to ensure a durable and high-quality repair. I apply the body filler to the dents, scratches, and various imperfections across the entire vehicle body. Once the filler has hardened, I carefully sand it down until the surface is perfectly flat and smooth to the touch. To protect the interior floor from future damage, I apply a black anti-rust protective coating. This thick layer will prevent moisture from causing corrosion and will significantly extend the life of the metal frame. I proceed to spray a gray primer over the entire car body. This layer serves as a foundation that helps the final paint adhere better and reveals any remaining small flaws that need to be corrected. We have now reached the most important and exciting moment of the restoration. I am spraying a vibrant and brilliant red paint onto the hood, the fenders, and the entire body of the vehicle. This striking color brings the car back to life and gives it a powerful new identity. While the paint is drying, I turn my attention to the interior. I use specialized cleaning foam and a brush to scrub the original leather seats, removing decades of dirt and stains until they look almost like new again. I also give the wheels a fresh look by painting the wheel rims with a bright silver finish. Additionally, I add a unique red border to the tires to match the new body color and enhance the overall style of the car. To conclude this stage, I reinstall the cleaned and refreshed seats back into the cabin. I begin the mechanical work by thoroughly cleaning the gearbox. I drain the old, contaminated transmission oil and then carefully separate the transmission assembly from the engine block. I am now disassembling the various peripheral components of the engine. This includes removing the distributor, the alternator, the intake manifold, and the air conditioning compressor to strip the engine down to its core. I open the valve cover to inspect the condition of the camshafts. Once the inspection is complete, I proceed to remove the timing belt to begin the deeper teardown of the internal components. I am now removing the cylinder head from the block. This allows me to examine the tops of the pistons and the condition of the cylinder head gasket for any signs of wear or failure. I flip the engine upside down on the stand to remove the oil pan. After that, I take out the oil pickup tube to ensure the lubrication system is completely clear. The teardown continues as I remove the pistons, the connecting rods, and the crankshaft. Finally, I detach the flywheel to complete the total disassembly of the engine block. I apply specialized cleaning foam and use high-pressure water to wash the engine block, the cylinder head, and all the small internal components. This process removes decades of oil sludge and carbon buildup. After washing, I use compressed air to dry every part thoroughly. This step is crucial to blow away any remaining moisture or tiny particles of debris from the oil passages. To make the engine look as good as it performs, I apply a fresh coat of silver paint to the engine block and the transmission. I also paint the pulleys red to create a beautiful and professional contrast. I am now beginning the precision reassembly. I carefully install the crankshaft, the pistons, the cylinder head, and the camshafts back into the perfectly clean and refreshed engine block. I finished the assembly by installing the accessories and replacing the old spark plugs with brand new ones. I attached the ignition coils and finally reconnect the transmission to the completed engine. The moment of truth has arrived as I test the engine on the stand. The engine starts perfectly on the very first attempt, running smoothly and powerfully, proving that our hard work has paid off. I am now using the specialized crane to carefully hoist the fully restored engine back into the newly painted red engine compartment. This is the moment where the soul of the vehicle is finally reunited with its body. I spend time meticulously connecting the entire electrical wiring system, the fuel hoses, and the cooling lines to complete the engine bay. Every detail must be perfectly in place to ensure the car operates as smoothly as it did the day it was manufactured. I install a brand new battery and prepare for the official startup from inside the cabin. The engine roars to life with incredible power, and I finally close the hood, marking the successful completion of all the mechanical and structural work. This brilliant red Toyota convertible is now driving gracefully through the village roads, showcasing its renewed glory. We have transformed a forgotten and rusted pile of metal into a stunning masterpiece. This legendary vehicle has been officially resurrected and is ready for many more miles of adventure.